I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Candy Shop. I am Candace, and this is Mimosa Monday. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the hot topics out there. I know I titled this with Latasha Scott. I watched her Watch What Happens live interview, which I thought was very interesting. She continued to lie. Even though she appeared to be likable, she continued to lie. But first of all, let me do a little bit of housekeeping. I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to my channel. Hey, Popcorn, show some love. And hey, Just the Tea, please. Good to see you as well. Yes, I'm starting to go back live again. I'm getting back into my groove. It's been very hard lately. But thank you for joining me. But I wanted to talk about this Latasha Scott and Coco on Watch What Happens Live. Now, with the Escape and SWV show, I did not watch the whole season. It wasn't that appealing. I don't know. Right now, reality TV is very hard to watch for me. But I did catch this show, and then I know everything that's been happening outside of the show with Mika Scott and all of that. And Popcorn, he said, lie, Tasha. Right. She continued to lie. Oh, and thank you, Just the Tea, please. She continued to lie, though. So the main things that she lied about, first of all, what was funny to me was when towards the end of the interview, Andy asked her about the sex tape, and she was like, sex tape? She looked so confused. And I'm thinking, ma'am, now you know that you got this girl's sex tape and you threatened her. But the fact that she didn't want to admit it and she wanted to play dumb, she just lied with ease. And then she made it seem like she did not, I don't know, a lot of it just wasn't connecting for me. So let's start from the beginning. So when she mentioned that the my earring falling out, the $30,000 that disappeared 10, 11 years ago, she doesn't know anything about it. That was, to me, a blatant lie. That girl knows that money was stolen. She also mentioned that she has not talked to her sister, which I believe that. I feel like it's flying here. I feel like she was lying when she mentioned that she wanted to go back and work with, it's flying right in my face. When she said that she doesn't mind touring with them and she wants to be Escape again and all this other bull, I felt like that was a lie, because if she wanted to be a part of the group, she would do it, and she would mend things with her sister. She made it seem like her husband isn't basically manipulating the situation. And I understand you want to stick by your husband. And speaking of husband, now this is what got me about one of her lies. They started off asking her about the open marriage thing, and she said when she did that interview, she meant that they have open communication, and she didn't mean that it was an open marriage. Which I thought, girl, come on now, we're not stupid. Like, stop trying to play in our face. Yes, Latasha stealing heads. And hey, Darren Hood, good to see you. Hey, Darlene, good to see you. Yes, hit that like button. Hi, Fifi. Good to see you. Yes, all of it. She lied throughout that show. And she lied throughout that interview. Now, I was surprised for her to say Coco was her real friend. And again, I didn't watch the show. I'm going to drop my link tonight. I didn't think I would, but I'm going to stay on just for a little bit, just for a taste. Anybody that wants to join, Popcorn, if you want to join, come on and join, because you watch the show. Where I didn't realize her and Coco were that close. Now, I watched a couple of the episodes, but I didn't know Coco was her real friend and all this other stuff. This was okay without talking to her sister for months. Now she want to talk. Right. She wants to talk now that she knows all of the backlash. And then when they talked about the deal that Tamika Scott mentioned was for both of them, and that Tasha took it, she was like, I didn't take anything from her. What's for you is for you. What God has for you is for you. Like, come on. Hey, Remain Teachable. Good to yeah. Yeah. Stand by your man. Yes, stand by your man, because she definitely was standing by with that interview. I'm drinking my strawberries and champagne tonight for Mimosa Monday. I could have poured some orange juice in this. I have some orange juice, but yeah, she lied throughout the interview, and she appeared likable. She didn't seem like she had an attitude, but I feel like everything that she's going through social media has humbled her, which is why now we see this nice, humble Tasha. Like, I want everybody to win. We all won the we both groups won the verses. We're all meant to be together. So I just thought that was funny. Yes. So I didn't have a lot to say about this. And Fifi said, I'm on this. Hey, Miss Bernice, the people with GD know that was a ball thing. Open communication means open marriage. No, girl. Right. If she meant to say that they had an open marriage or open, I'm sorry, I'm getting like her. If she meant to say that they have open communication in their marriage, then why not just say that? Why do you say we have an open marriage? Because most people equate open marriage to everybody's partners are open to seeing other people. And it's like, well, I don't know. She thinks we're stupid or something. She thinks we're dumb. My earring. Ah. But what else? I didn't watch the finale. Andy talked about the finale and how I guess Escape closed the show. What song did they choose to close the show? They didn't have Weak close the show, which I thought I was hearing my face. I thought they should have had SWV closed. I did like Coco and the way that she looked. I love her son. I thought he was cute as well. So I like Coco. And I know some people might read Coco as sedity, stuck up, but I like Coco. I think it's all in fun with how she acts. And I definitely feel like she's very direct. I can't wait for her tour with Jodeci. Kennard, I can hear them. Sorry if y'all hear my kids, but I can't wait for her tour with Jodeci. I can't wait. I just can't wait to see what's to come with the show. But other than that, that's all I have to say on that. I did want to talk about some other hot topics in this damn fly won't leave me alone. This Dalai Lama thing. That was very disturbing to me. I caught that right before I started this live. Let me read some of your comments. I would have loved if we closed the show. Right. That's the most popular song out of both groups. We should have closed the show. The confessional with Rocky stuttering and licking his lips. What? I didn't see that. I missed that. I have to go back and watch. Yes, Coco's son can definitely sing like his mom. At first, I didn't think he could because I remember he tried to sing on the Salt and Pepper show. I think they had him singing on there. I wasn't that impressed, but his voice has gotten better as he's gotten older. So I definitely agree he can sing. But going to the Dalai Lama thing, I don't know if you guys heard about the Dalai Lama thing. That was a little bit disturbing. So basically, back in February, the Dalai Lama, I guess, was at a speaking engagement, had a little boy come up to the stage. He asked the little boy to hug him or whatever. The little boy hugged him. Then he asked the little boy to kiss his cheek. The little boy kissed his cheek. Then he kissed the little boy in his mouth and then stuck his tongue out, telling the little boy to suck his tongue. And that was very disturbing as well. It's just, I don't know. This world is getting so twisted with some of the stuff that's happening. It's just a hot mess. Property nervous. Who was nervous? It was the Dalai Lama situation was a mess. Another thing I saw today was Jaguar Wright getting kicked out of her house. That was a mess. I'm tired of hearing about Jaguar Wright. Legina apparently went off on her yesterday or told all the secrets. The only thing that I'm interested to see is this Tasha K and I want to see this Tasha K and Jaguar Wright interview or whatever they are planning to do. I'm ready to see that. And just the tea, are you talking about the Dalai Lama? Yeah, that's disturbing. That's disturbing. Now the Jaguar right thing, I feel like it's expected. Her situation is a mess, but the Dalai Lama thing is very disturbing. Coco's son, ID. Yes, yes, I know Coco's son can sing. Um, but other than that, I did not have a lot to talk about today because I didn't plan on being here. I didn't plan on being on here that long, but what else do y'all want to talk about? Um, some other hot topics. I haven't seen a lot going on. I sometimes look at Krishan and Blueface, Krishan Rock and Blueface. I follow them a little bit on IG, and she is actually pregnant. And even though people thought that she was not pregnant, she's actually pregnant. So that's interesting to see. Hopefully, she can turn herself around. It looks like she's not drinking. Hopefully, so that is going to be an interesting situation. What else? Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. So TikTok. I don't know if any of you have seen that throuple on TikTok, Sean, Olivia, and Shanice. Sean is supposed to be a life coach. He initially dated Shanice, and I always have to shout out my school. Shout out my school. I hate that she went there, but Shanice is a graduate of Tuskegee. But he was in a relationship with Shanice first, and then while Shanice was deployed for one of her military jobs, he met Olivia, moved Olivia into Shanice's penthouse, and they became a throuple. I guess he had a conversation with Shanice, and this is what's interesting about this dynamic. So Shanice claims that they talked about eventually becoming a poly couple, and their ultimate goal is to have 7 sister wives, and then they have these kids or whatever. I don't know. All of it is weird. But watching them on TikTok, because I've been watching them almost every night. This past week I was watching them because it's very interesting to see. I don't think this dynamic is going to last. They like it looks so cringy. Some of the main things that are cringy about this relationship is even with them getting up to go to the bathroom, they have to get permission from him. If they leave the live, they have to get permission from Sean. Oh, and another thing that's cringy is Olivia. Okay, so Sean is 30, Shanice is 29, and Olivia she just turned 20. They started dating when she was 19. He met her when she was 17. He claims that they were just friends when she was 17. When she became of legal age, that's when they started the relationship. So he's been grooming her, and he's also rumored to be her first. So all of it, make sure y'all check TikTok out. It is very, very interesting. I go to sleep watching some of this stuff on TikTok, especially when I get bored. Very interesting. Make sure y'all check out Sean. I might talk more about it, but their relationship is just weird. Oh, and they're vegans. But when you watch some of the clips of their relationship or of them on YouTube, not YouTube, on TikTok, it's people going off on them about the relationship. So it's a lot of women questioning the women being with him. Shanice is into women, but Olivia is not. And so the two women are not intimate with each other. They're basically friends. And you can tell that the women compete with each other. The audience themselves, they call Olivia Oliver. They think she looks like a man, but both of the women are beautiful. I feel more for Olivia because she's the young woman put in the situation. Also, Olivia's father is a pastor. He went live on Facebook yesterday for Easter. He about poly relationships and how wrong they are. So he basically blasted their situation. Sean has been mad at Olivia because of the father and everything that's going on. And one of the last nights that went live, I believe Saturday night, he pulled her off to the side off camera and went off on her to the point where Shanice had to go and check on her. And Shanice don't even like Olivia. So be sure to check them out. Because I can go on and on and on about this throuple. But I'm going to get off here because this was going to be a quick live. I think tomorrow I might do an upload, which will be about this short. But I really just wanted to come and give my 2 cents on Latasha Scott and her lies that she continues to do. and talk about a couple of hot topics. But make sure you check me out. Check out my other videos. I will be back tomorrow, whether it be live or record a video. Wednesday, make sure you check me and So Debonair out for champagne and things. I believe we're going to stream on both channels, so you can go either to this channel, come to this channel, or go to his. Oh, hey, Popcorn. I was just about.
Wait a minute. I'm so sorry. Hold up.
You want me to take you down? Well, I'll give Popcorn a few minutes. Let's see what Popcorn got to say about SWV and Escape while I put my earring back on. Give me the thumbs up when you're ready, Popcorn. Okay, I'm going to pull you back up. So, yes, what do you want to talk about first? The SWV or, like, did you hear about the Dalai Lama and all that stuff?
Hell yeah.
It's a mess. It's disgusting. But what do you want to talk about first? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Is it a feedback?
No.
Okay, good. All right. So, girl, let me get into it. Okay. All right. So, far as when it comes to Latasha Scott. So, first of all, I love Escape as a group. Mm-hmm. I don't really like them as. It's one of those situations where it's, dang, why did I have to watch this show to make me not like them even more as individuals? Oh my gosh. And I love SWV. And honestly, I know that video was like, I know that concert was nostalgia for everybody, but honestly, Understand It does not peak as weak.
Who said it did? So did Escape really think that Understanding is as big as Weak?
Candy.
Why?
I guess she gonna stand behind her fuckery. But all right. So anyway, secondly, so they're both great, but I just think they both are legends of their own. But I really do think that if there was a chance for me to see either or, I'm going to rock with the SWV. I just am.
Oh, Q talking about let me get some gross. Talking about the Dalai Lama.
Yes, so the Dalai Lama. All right, so yeah, let me finish with the Latasha, like you said when you first started, because I wasn't gonna go live, but then I had to find my laptop, and then it wasn't charged. Okay. All right, so I don't have any issues with it, but I really think that Latasha, that her husband. This is just my view. It's not the candy shop views. These are popcorn views. I think that her husband manipulate and gaslight her so much, and she's not 100% a victim either. But she tried to use those tactics on us as if majority of us is unsophisticated and don't really know the real deal. Like, you're just going to just lie to our face, and we supposed to be like, oh, no. Yeah. Number one, you sit up there instead that you try to reach out to your sister you haven't talked to, but she haven't had her sister phone number for months. Number one, she didn't have her sister for what? For once. Then she made a whole video clowning Candy. Her real issue, she had to find an issue to make. She had to escalate her issue with Candy so it could make good TV. But little did she know that it kind of backfired, because she's a very low vibrational woman. And for her to sit out there and want to sing inspirational songs, those songs, she can sing them all day. She still got some internal work to do. And right. I don't care when nobody say that's why you go to church. And no, she really need to take a step back.
Right. I don't know get where the gospel part comes in, but I'll let you finish.
Okay. So secondly, I feel like she just playing in our face, thinking that we're so unsophisticated, like we don't know, like we can't see what we're seeing. I don't care if it was editing or not. When he does his response, when Rocky does his response, they pretty much say, just like when he's about the kickback, pretty much said the kickback, but just in a different way. Just like when she was answering questions about her sister and about the whole situation of, I don't know anything about the money. Okay, you had since you had over a year to figure this out, you knew this was coming. You filmed it and then said you didn't know that it was going to come out until she saw it on TV. Didn't you film with them?
Exactly.
And I
It's just lie on top of lie.
lie after lie, and then she tried to play with words because that's what her husband do to her. So to play on with words, with we have an open relationship, but we want to keep that private. Then she tried to say open communication. Well, communication is closed. Come on now.
Right. All she had to say was if she truly meant that, me and my husband communicate, so I know a lot of what goes on. That's
And if
all.
she know everything, she still don't know about that 30K plus.
And she don't know about that mistress, I guess.
And if she know everything, then she would know about that. Exactly. If she knew everything, when those text messages and those wire receipts and all that stuff was brought to her, try to gaslight and be like, "What is this? So you're gonna believe this, sis?" All you had to do is say, "Oh wow, this is a lot of information. Let me take this back to Rocky." And who did she call? The mother.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then she tried to say the mother doesn't gang up on Tamika. They
Yes, they
just
do.
want the well for Tamika. They want what wish Tamika well or whatever she said, the best for Tamika. That was a gaslighting statement right there.
That's
Because in
yes.
the episodes that I watched, they ganged up on her. The mama like, turn off the cameras, turn off the cameras. She didn't want, first of all, she didn't want the business put out there that her precious Latasha is a thief and raggedy, like we all thought.
Raggedy. Yes.
And then it's like she wanted the cameras turned off so she can gaslight Tamika even more. And
Yup.
clearly there was a lot of pain in Tamika. Like the way she came out on this show, it seems like she's been holding on to it for many years.
Yes.
So, and I don't
Yes.
know why her mother can't see that as a mom, regardless of, I know sometimes you want to stay neutral with your kids, but I can't stay neutral to the detriment of one child. Like, I just can't.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
she was
She could
wrong.
have been like, you know what? All right, let's not talk about this. When she said she just jealous of you, that's already right there told me
Yeah.
what kind of parent that she was.
Yeah, that's
They
like,
be gassing her up, and then Tamika, her whole entire life has been protecting and having her sister's side when her sister cannot do the same for her.
mm-hmm. Yep. And it
But
was
hold
almost
it
like,
against her and hold it against her under the guise like we family.
and
And
if
the
you
thing about it was that when you have a problem, she always go in, but we family. Okay, we're gonna get this right by doing what? How are we going to get it right? What steps are you trying to take for us to get it right? You just saying these blanket statements that we're gonna get it right. Okay, are you gonna acknowledge that you hurt me? No, she don't want to acknowledge that she hurt Tamika. Tasha always be like, well, you did this. She always trying to put everything on everybody else, projecting and gaslighting. I know
and
we hear this word a lot, but my God.
it's like Tasha is so used to her mother taking her side, her sister being her fan, that she don't see what is done to her sister. Because to me, I feel like Latasha Scott is very selfish,
She
very,
is.
very narcissistic. It's like she don't care what happens with her sister, because in her eyes, her sister doesn't deserve her. In her mind, her sister probably didn't even deserve the $30 that she stole from her. That's why she didn't feel bad, because in her mind, she thinks because
Yup.
her sister is the problem child, she it
Right. If we
easily
sister,
manipulated.
yep. I'm glad you said that. Hold on, let me write that down. I don't want to
Mhm.
forget. Go ahead, finish. I'm sorry, Ken.
Yeah,
Problem
she's
child.
easy to manipulate. And then she
Mhm.
does things like, let's take example, the sex tape. That is Tamika's, I guess, MO, doing things like that. So because she has a sister that is out there and doesn't care about the repercussions of some of her decisions, it wasn't nothing for Tasha to take that money, because she probably felt like that she don't need it anyway. She gonna be all right. She followed behind me anyway. I'm her sister. She gonna have to. We'll just act like it got lost or whatever. I can see Latasha saying that. So I don't think
Mhm.
it's just the husband. A lot of it is Latasha too, because she knows her sister. She knows what she can do, and she knows that she has her mother backing her.
Yes,
So
I agree with all those key points. Don't forget that
mhm.
Latasha put Escape together, so she's already feel entitled to that. She was the
Yeah.
lead. She put it together. So that was, I think she came up with the name with Escape and everything. I think because of all of that, I think that that's one of the reasons why she feel entitled, and she's the oldest. So you listen to me. Secondly, she act like Secondly, her mother been taking up, like I said, been taking Tasha's side, and letting Tamika, like gaslighting her and be like, just take her because she is not outward with herself. She's living her true self. Like if she want to make sex tapes and all that stuff. Whereas Latasha is out here wearing a mask for everybody, but little do she know we can see right through it. Trying to come on with a
Exactly.
persona like, oh yeah, I'm the good singer. I'm married. I have my husband. I'm the leader. I can blow, and I should learn this. But don't forget,
Right.
she did bring up that during quarantine, they did bring up about they were supposed to have. She touched this on Watch What Happens Live, that they weren't supposed to do the duo, contract or whatever like that with
Mhm.
for the church
The
for the
gospel deal.
exactly the gospel deal. Thank you, thank you. I was going to say churchy. Oh my gosh. So yes, for the gospel deal. So she was going to do them together, but remember she talked about how she wanted Tamika wanted to be split 50-50, and her sister didn't, and she got all mad and was yelling and hollering. And that was probably the beginning. That seemed like the timeline is fitting of the beginning of her not talking to her sister anymore.
Exactly. And let's break it down going to voices. So Latasha's voice, to me, yes, she can sing, but the style of singing that she does is very 90s. And so in the 90s, it was great, all those runs and all that. What she doesn't realize is her voice is not iconic. To me, Coco has an iconic voice that
Yeah,
it's her. It will never go out of style.
right.
And I don't think Tasha understands that in her mind. I guess because of how many, like you said, she started the group, how they listen to her, how in the beginning she did get a lot of solos. She can't get over the fact that, ma'am, you're out of style. Because even right now, to me, looking at Escape, and I might have the unpopular opinion, right now her and Candy's voice is on the same level to me, because Candy's voice, even though Candy sounds horrible at times, her voice is more unique, where I'd rather hear a song like Understanding, something that Candy led, versus one of the songs that Latasha led. But that's
I
just me.
agree. No, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And the thing about it is that even though she does have the voice of sounds of the 90s, she have not elevate because let's
Evolved,
go with an
yes.
iconic voice like Brandy. Brandy in the
Mm-hmm.
90s can still sing those songs, but today she don't do those same like those extra runs and stuff like that as she does. So she
Mm-hmm.
haven't, elevated and evolved as an artist either. And I feel like and I think a part of it too is that mental like she's stagnant, like her husband gassing her up like she's the queen. What was the deal with all the entourage? What's the deal with her wearing her makeup 4 shades lighter than what she is? Like,
Right.
ma'am.
Yeah, because people thought she was bleaching her skin. I didn't think she was bleaching her skin. I think a lot of it was lighting and her makeup.
Yup,
So,
it was her makeup.
I don't
Yeah,
think yeah.
it was definitely her
And
makeup.
she's wearing better makeup than what she wore in the 90s.
Well,
But it
everybody
looks like
did.
she highlights way, way more than like the normal person. But
And
I think what she needs to do is some true, serious soul searching. I don't want to tell her to get rid of her husband, but she needs to really reevaluate some things with that marriage and that man, because what she will realize is her husband is kind of killing her career, and then he's
right.
kind of been using her as a what do they call it, a cash cow. That's
Yep.
why it's with her. She's the cash cow for him, because clearly he's had an affair with that lady that Tasha K found, and I thought they said it was some other women too.
Yes. My thing is that she listen, her husband can gaslight her, can take her money, can make babies on her, but she out here talking about her sister. Wait a minute, we family, we're not supposed to be talking about stuff like that. But she literally, without saying, but saying it, she calling her sister a liar. She's saying she's a problem child. She's doing all these things, but she's holding her husband with a different standard, who's out here embarrassing her.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
He's
Oh,
out here embarrassing her.
my baby just came in here. But yes. her husband is definitely embarrassing her, and I don't know why she's. Somebody said it. I think Miss Fifi said, "Alexa, play." I mean, not talk too loud because my Alexa's on, but play
Oh,
"Stand by Your Man" because that's
job.
I
And I
I
think like, and I wouldn't say get rid of like the first step for anything. I think that I think her talent took her where she going to be, but just like my pastor used to say, your talent can get you there, but your character won't keep you there. And her character is so jaded and so dark, and that and so she's just so low vibrational. She's so unlikable that I don't even think that she can actually, like succeed to this year
mm-hmm,
with all of this going on. And it's not like she can keep her husband or whatever
yeah,
like that, because she act like she wearing like being with him like a badge of honor when he out here having unprotected sex with women and stuff like that, and making babies and stuff like that. But that's something else for another
yeah.
conversation. But
Yeah, I
if
was gonna say
she
I
if
never.
she if she if she changed management. But with
Yes,
him working for Kells for 14 years tells me everything I already need to know.
she's
So,
grimy.
yep,
Cut from the same cloth, as they
yep,
say, birds of a feather.
right, yep. And it's
Because
so dumb. Like, oh my gosh, this film
allegedly, let me
allegedly
put in
what?
my allegedly banner.
Oh yeah,
Allegedly,
allegedly.
he was one. Her husband was one of the people that was getting some of the girls for R. Kelly. That's what's out there in the so-called streets.
Exactly, but jumped ship before he saw how it was getting hot. That's why he was able.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he be all. That's why he all willing. Listen,
Lamar.
that conversation that he had on Tasha K's,
He
he made
sounds
me.
so grimy. I don't like it. He
He
reminded me
sounds
of.
grimy in the confessionals with all that makeup on.
I'm from everybody. A lot of people know I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Milwaukee, and he just reminds me of it. Like it's so many swindlers and scammers up in
Yup.
the Midwest. He just I don't like him. I don't know how
Yeah.
this, 'cause to me, the way that I view Latasha before him, there was some type of innocence in her. She's from the South, usually in Georgia. She's a Georgia peach. Usually young women in the South tend to be a little bit softer, nicer, innocent, and a little bit naive. I just don't know how well, now I do know how. She's the
Yeah.
naivete, whatever.
Yeah. I even
She,
say.
yeah,
She do
she
have a.
felt.
You know what? I can't even put that on her. I think she's fully aware of her fucking. I really
Now,
honestly believe that at
so
this point.
I did, and shout out to AT2 because we talked about this last week on the show. I did say it's like singing for her by any means necessary. She's willing to be as grimy as her husband, and that's why it's kind of like a match made in heaven. Because instead of selling her soul, she's ready to just take whoever out, with sister, group
Yup.
mates, whoever. And it's just it doesn't make any sense. And what's crazy, even for a gospel deal, it's like she stole that from her sister. Like you steal her money, then you steal this deal, then you want to allegedly blackmail her with this sex tape, which I don't know why Tamika made it, why she gave her sister. I'm not gonna say why she made it, but why she
Because
gave her
she trusts her sister. She would never think her sister would do something like that to her. And no matter, even if she did, being as though that I have, you know, sister, I have daughters that are sisters, and once at a time that they beef, like people don't understand. Sometimes siblings don't understand that even though you come from the same mom and dad, raised in the same house, the same way,
Mhm.
they still are individual people. It's outside. They're still individual people. Oh no, no, thank you. Sorry, that was my son. They're still individuals, and not everybody is. Their perception of certain things are going to be different.
Mhm.
Tamika would never do what to Tasha what Tasha would do to Tamika, but Tamika expect the same thing from Tasha, and Tasha is trash.
Yes. Lamar or the real estate insider. I'm so used to
I thought
saying it.
you were about to say you had that tape. I don't have that tape. I don't have that tape. I don't have that tape. No, I'm
Ah,
just saying, like, no, no, I'm just saying, and I think that Tamika was like, "That's my sister. She gonna hold me down," and that's probably why so long. That's probably why they, Latasha's all shook up now because she probably never thought that Tamika would speak out.
Right. She thought it's almost like she thought her sister was weak. And no
Yes.
pun intended to the song, but she thought her sister
She really did.
was
She was like,
weak.
she would never do this to me. And the thing about it is that in Latasha can go and do interview after interview after interview. Sis, your sis have already gave us the receipts, and your husband is already out here babbling and talking and conducting himself that's in line with what Tamika has given us. Tamika doesn't have to say anymore. She doesn't have to say
Yeah.
anymore. Natasha can go on this, buy my gospel album, junket. The more she talked, the more you can tell that she's trash.
Right. And to be completely honest, back in the day, I actually liked Tamika Scott's voice the best out of everybody in Escape. I didn't I'm not gonna say I didn't like Latasha's voice, but I like Tamika's voice. It sound like they sound similar, but for some reason Tamika's voice sounded better to me. But then
Tamika boy,
oh, go ahead.
Tamika voice now is phenomenal because she don't have her sister holding her back.
Yeah.
She's not under her sister's shadow. So
Hmm.
she is definitely shining right now.
Yes. And she could sing her sister parts and then some. That's what's
And
up.
then some, exactly.
But
Okay, now back to the Dalai Lama. I don't care that man have some creepy tendencies. I would never ask a little kid to suck my tongue. That was deplorable, and he needs to be investigated for his crimes.
yes, I did watch the video. I don't know why I did, but but the video I saw the little boy's face was blurred out, but it was
Okay.
still disgusting. And the fact that because they were in a group of it was like an audience, and the people were just like
Hmm.
clapping and cheering. Like how can you cheer for this little boy
They
being?
probably didn't realize. Sometimes you just be in the moment, then you be like, "Hold up, wait a minute, wait a
And
minute."
I'm glad the boy didn't suck the man's tongue. I'm just
Right?
glad
'Cause
that didn't happen.
thank God, because his innocence probably kicked in and was like, "Cause you know how little kids be knowing somebody creepy when they don't be wanting to when they don't be
Yeah.
wanting to deal with that person, they be like, they got discernment." So
What is so the Dalai Lama? Because this is in the Buddhist religion. Is that what
mhm.
the religion is with the Dalai Lama?
I think it's like Hindu or something like that.
Hindu. Okay. I've heard of a Dalai Lama, but I've never like put stock into what it actually was. Um, and here go Q with these stuff.
I get with him.
But it's gross. But it just seems like this world is getting just so twisted. And I don't want to say, oh, because we have social media now we can see so much more, but it just seemed like people is out of hand.
Oh yeah, it's like Buddhism. Well, you know
Buddhist.
what? I think the world always been trash. You know what I'm saying? It's just that now that we have cameras and videos and pictures in real time, and the press cannot, religion and the press cannot really dictate what to put up, what to feed us anymore, because we can see things in real time and make
Yeah.
an adjust, and make a sound, for ourselves, because before, the tabloids, used to feed us, and the
Yeah.
news would give us whatever they want. Now we can be like,
Mm-hmm.
so, and we can investigate our own stuff and do our own research. So I
What do
think,
you think? I
go
was gonna
ahead.
say, what do you think about do you see have you watched the throuple on TikTok, Sean, Shanice, and Olivia?
No, I don't watch that throuple. I know you did tell me about that, but listen, I've been watching so many things that's going on.
No, y'all
Okay,
have to watch
I'm
it. It's
not in throuple talk. Now that you said the throuple talk, watch, Big Brother listening, I'm gonna be in throuple talk when I hang up with. It's gonna be all over my TikTok now.
yes, because it's crazy, and I think what makes it crazy, first of all, it's funny when they pull guests up, and then people be going in on them. They be like, Sean, so if you die or you in the hospital, who's gonna make the decision for
The
your
wife
life? And he never can answer those questions, and he gets mad. You know,
isn't he married?
no, he's not married to anyone. He's
Oh, well, neither
only
one. His mama gonna make the decisions.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
His mama.
That's true.
Neither one of them. Neither
Yeah.
one of them. His mama.
And I was about to say something
And
else
his
about.
mama can say, I don't want them coming back up here.
Yes. But the things that are crazy about them, like they both, one, Shanice always has her hand resting on his leg, and Oliver, as they be calling her, she is always rubbing his back. One day she was rubbing his back, and Shanice took her hand off of him, which was
The
like
girls are
to watch
fighting.
for
The,
those. Yeah,
the
to
girls
watch
are
for those.
fighting.
Yes, that's what makes it interesting. And then
The
Saturday,
girls
when
are
he
fighting.
pulled Olivia off to go off on her, somebody put in the comments, call CPS, because she's supposed to be 19. So they like call CPS.
People is
So yeah,
trash.
yes. So that's I be on that side of TikTok a lot of times. I don't pay attention a lot to the Jaguar Wright stuff. I'm just not like interested in Jaguar Wright. Like I liked her for what she was when she was a singer, but I don't like seeing a train wreck and
Yeah,
somebody spiraling.
like me either. I don't like to see someone whose mental health is
Yeah.
deteriorating and in real time seeing it, and it's just sad. And my heart goes out to her, and it's not entertaining to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
So
so
yeah, yeah. I
it's
only my inner, I only can take so much inner darkness. Is what the
yeah.
same is. I can't take it. I
Yeah.
cannot take it because just watching her, not living reality is very sad.
Well,
And
I
then
was done
people
watching her when she threw her son's ashes at that barbershop. I was like,
that
no,
was sad.
this ain't for me.
That
So
was sad. And then earlier today, not too long ago, she was saying that when she got kicked out, she was saying that they better not mishandle her son's urn or she'll kill him.
there's still,
So,
I mean, she still has ashes left because it looked like she threw them all at that barbershop.
child, she probably got a handful left. Sometimes when you get an urn, they give you little urns too. So I don't know. I don't know. But I just wish her nothing but the best. She's not entertaining to me at all.
What do you think
So
about this Legina thing now?
listen, let me tell you, trauma bonding. Or let me body roll over to trauma bonding. See, Coco don't like candy. So that's why that was a good.
Coco doesn't like candy. Why?
Why
I
you
didn't.
think girl, they was trauma bonded up there not liking candy. Coco from SWV
Yeah.
and
Why doesn't
Tasha.
Coco get along with? Oh, look, and we're label talking about look,
Laguna.
it's gone.
Yes. But you know what? Laguna is you got me
Legina.
calling Laguna.
Legina.
Regina is I think like, she knows what she's doing. Like like I'm sure she has some mental illness too. I think like she's schizophrenic or whatever like that, or manic or whatever. But I
Mhm.
think there are times she knows what she's doing. Like she's I feel like most of the time she's fully aware, I think, of what was going on. But it's sad now because Jag is getting kicked out of her place, and this young lady, I don't know where she at. I'm sure if she make a phone call, her family or whatever like that will come get her. But in the meantime, it's it's sad.
It's sad
She
all
knew
around.
she was good, but she knew what she was. She knew saying that she was R. Kelly and Aaliyah's daughter was going to get some buzz. She knew.
Yeah.
She knew.
She went viral on TikTok for
Yeah,
that
but
bit.
then she get banned. so, so that didn't even.
Now, who is this Genesis person? I'm like, since we it's out the bag that I guess we're talking about Jack. Who's Genesis? Because that's somebody in the equation too.
I don't know. Listen, you
Oh,
want to call somebody up that knows. Me and you, we just sat up there and said we really not into it. We're not really following it. And then you gonna ask me, I don't know who the hell Genesis. I don't know. The first book of the Bible. That's what.
you're right. So, well, do you have anything else you want to talk about? You kept me on longer than I actually planned to. That's good. I was only going to do 30 minutes. Can you get Cameron, my daughter? Oh,
Yes.
and
All right.
Genesis
So,
Jack's friend for over 20 years. Oh, okay.
okay. Oh, okay. Well, no, I really did enjoy the Queens of R&B. It was a pleasant surprise. It was just enough tea and entertaining and drama that we needed. Unfortunately, it was at the expense of Tamika, but I think a part of it, since everything is out, it looks like she's healing slowly but surely because she is shining. She's making new music. She got a single dropping with Method Man coming out. Good for her. But I did not like how they try to slight SWV. I think the drama should have been within the group instead of trying to project, you know, to the other group. Wait a minute, what's the best way for me to say it? SWV prove why they supreme to me by the way they handle business and how they handle the group. I see why Escape have issues. They have egos, they have unresolved issues, and they think they better than each other. I mean, just to me, because
Yeah,
I really do think that Candy and Tiny do think that they are up here and the sisters are down here.
right. And going back to Genesis, I guess she turned against Jack. I have to
Oh,
look at some of that stuff.
see now,
Um,
see now you want to go back to that low vibrational stuff.
I
See,
know, and I
go
stopped.
back to your thruple, girl, so you can report back here. Because I
So
know. Oh, wait a minute, you talk about thruples. I didn't get a chance to watch because I do want to watch on Lifetime or Discovery or whatever like that. They have the women that's married to two men. I need to watch that.
oh, wow, I need to watch. You know what else that I watched over the weekend, and I rarely watch TV? Pride that aired on Lifetime. Pride, Seven Deadly Sins. It was basically, it looked like it was the story of Tim Norman and Sweetie Pies. Make sure you check it out. There was Stephanie Mills plays I don't know if her name is Coco in the movie. I forgot, but Stephanie Mills plays a character similar to Robbie on the movie, and she has a
Oh.
bakery. And instead of her grandson coming to live with her, her granddaughter comes to live with her. And nephew Tommy plays a character very similar to Tim Norman. And so, yeah,
Okay, loosely. Okay, I will check that
so be
out.
sure to check that out. That aired on Saturday. It was definitely interesting to see. Um,
Hmm.
from watching that, I read up on Tim Norman and what happened to him. I
Yes,
initially
yes, I was
covered it on
watching
this
it.
channel as well with what happened to him, and it's. I'm glad he got life.
Me too. Me too.
So,
And his
yeah.
mama is like bored. She was sick when she was going to stick beside him. But
Hey,
mama,
Jeff, this is my classmate. Yes, you say
Miss
Miss
Robin better
Robbie
sue
better
them.
than that. But they,
They changed the names and they probably made things a little bit,
but
embellish some stories a little
funny
bit so it could be loosely.
what was funny is she had the bakery and she was shooting a reality show in the movie. Like it's basically Miss Robbie's story.
Oh my God.
So, but it was so good to see. But it aired on Lifetime, and I think it's
Mhm.
on demand now too. You can catch it on demand.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll check that out. I will
Yes,
definitely
it's
check that
that. But
out.
I wanted to go back to your statement about SWV and Escape. Have always been a fan of SWV. They were my favorite group. I liked Escape, but to me, Escape didn't have as many hits as SWV. And with
Yeah.
Escape, their Candy and Tiny's success outside of the group is what has sustained the group, basically. And they
Hmm.
need, my earring falling out. I'm gonna just take these out. They need to admit that it's not their songs, it's not the singing, it's the writing credits of Candy and Tiny and the reality TV shows that they've done. So, like, if you
Right.
don't keep it all the way 100, just say that. When it comes to music, though, SWV holds it down. Like they've worked with Michael
I was
Jackson.
I agree wholeheartedly. Because
Yes.
I was listening to their albums and I could say and I was like, yo, every album have at least one song on there that's better than their whole discography of SWV.
Yep.
I'm sorry, like I'm not even sorry about it. I'm just saying, like, first of all, they have a song, Human Nature, that
Mhm.
that Michael Jackson gave them for free, right here. They have Weak, even Someone, the song what they did with P. Diddy.
They have
You know,
Can We Get Kinky Tonight with Missy,
yes, okay, man, it's all in my eye.
and they
That's what
have
I'm saying. Like,
Breathe. They like, even to me, Rain is like number two. Their top songs to me are Weak, Rain.
Listen, and don't you know we was
You.
dancing off of anything? Who stepped
Oh,
in
yeah.
the
Oh,
roses? Out.
I had a
Yes,
yeah, that was one of my favorite SWV songs.
anything.
So
Yeah.
they even were featured on Wait Until Exhale soundtrack. Like, they've
Yes.
done so many movies, albums, all
So,
that. If they
so
don't
they're
give
not my
flowers,
when it comes to SWV, they are over. Like, I wouldn't even put Escape in my top 5 or anything like that for like female singing groups, because In Vogue, I really believe like is supreme.
oh man.
Well, you know what? If you listen, they all can sing. They
They
just
all,
did it. They all can sing,
what?
but they did a JD. JD, if I listen to JD is trash too. That's why they whole system
Yeah,
right
I
there is
think
jacked up.
they all can sing,
Because
but the thing,
JD years ago on the Breakfast Club said one thing, and then a couple months ago he said another thing. If you look at his interviews,
yeah.
but he did say that once when he wrote Kicking It and Candy was the lead, I can understand. He said, "Oh, this works. I'm not going to stop this formula. People is gravitating to this song, so I'm gonna make
Mhm.
another lead for this." And I think that's probably what it was with SWV. They did a song, they heard her voice, they tested out. Bam! Oh, that's going to the chart. Okay, we're gonna write her another again. You know what? Because
But
they were sisterable voices.
Tosh
Huh?
has songs that she's led as well too, but people don't realize that.
Yeah, it's really not about
Yes,
you.
and the thing about Coco's voice is so unique
Distinct.
and
Yeah,
distinct. Yes, and so that's why it comes off like it's a one person group.
it
But
does. Because if you
and
listen to, they just. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Coco's solo though doesn't work. Because I
It
think she tried to
doesn't.
solo too. She needs the group. So
Exactly. And they understood that
mhm,
without ego. When I saw the first episode of the R&B divas, I'm sorry, what's the R&B Queens of R&B,
mhm,
and they was like, "Look, this is about business. This isn't about anything else. When we go out on that stage, it's about business."
yeah.
And when I saw that stuff falling apart, and I was like, and Candy tried to sun them like, we want top billing. Why can't it be equal? Why can't it be co-headline? Like,
Mhm.
she tried to stun him. Like, only person that fell for it was Todd. Because remember how before they got married, the prenup, he was like, if he gets sick, like if he died, she gets sick or something like that, she's not going to be responsible for his medical bills or
Yeah,
something. Listen, Candy be trying to stun people, but don't get me wrong. It's not like she don't.
she's a good businesswoman, and
She's a
I
good
understand.
businesswoman, right? She's a good businesswoman, but I really do, and I think that she give a lot of people opportunity and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong, when she do give people the opportunity, I think she let them know like, I'm the boss.
Mhm.
I'm giving you this opportunity, but don't forget I'm the boss. That's the vibe that she got from me. So at the
That's
end of the day,
I was gonna say that's what's worked. That's what's worked for her. Even though, because I definitely disagree that they. I mean, I definitely agree that they should have had equal billing, and I disagree on the fact that she feels like they should have been paid more. But I can respect the hustle because as a businesswoman, she spoke up like, "Hey, we want top billing because as of right now,
not for
Escape
one
because
show. They was only
yeah,
trying to do one legendary show.
yeah, because of Escape though being more relevant now because of Candy and Tiny, I can understand why she wants top
I
billing.
don't. Yeah, I didn't understand it because it was only for one show. It wasn't for a tour.
Oh,
It was only for one legend. They said one legendary night.
wow. Well, she definitely should have did it equal.
Thank you.
Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, if they did
So
a tour, I can understand why she would want top billing because they're the more relevant group now.
yeah, I mean, in their costumes, their outfits. Oh my, they really did look like this. You know what I mean? Like angry stripper music. club outfit.
I gotta go back and watch it because I didn't even watch the later shows. So SWV looked a mess.
No, SWV didn't look the mess. I'm talking about no, everybody looked it pretty good. But Tiny tried to throw shade, was like, okay, your overalls and combat boots. But the thing about it is that
That
people
was
don't
their
realize like SWV and they went to like this guy who makes stripper outfits. So that's why their outfits always look like that.
mm-hmm.
First of all, Candy, I love. Well, I don't love her. I like Candy. I don't love her. I like her. But you know what I mean? Like, I could do, with or without. You know what I'm saying? But child, her confessionals, her hair and her confessionals, her outfits and her confessionals.
those little two little ponies.
Child, wait you watch this last episode.
Yes, but SWV stepped their clothes game up for the show. I agree.
Well, no, but the thing about it is that me and my daughter's like I said, she's a different generation than I am. And they know SWV, and so do my 19-year-old know SWV. But they were saying like everything is a vibe, and a lot of their songs is a vibe to their outfits. They don't wear, like even if they came out with, if they sing in anything and that's it, they're gonna come out with the legendary, baseball jack, the baseball outfits with the Doc Martens and the stuff like that because they're singing something nostalgia for that one thing. So they're gonna wear something
I
nostalgic.
would love to see that because remember they used to wear the combat boots or as we call them.
That's what they was doing, and they was trying to shade them for that. But they still be. But when if you look at the concert that we seen, they looked it nice. They didn't have on combat boots then. They didn't have on Doc Martens. Okay, you think I was drinking tonight? I wasn't. They didn't have on Doc Martens or anything like that. They really did have a nice little set. They had nice little outfit change. They looked really good. But I'm just saying, at the time, like if they're doing festivals and stuff like that, and they only performing like two or three songs, it's a vibe. They got to see what the vibe is. Okay, they always come out and just like Coco said, the times I seen them, they always open with anything.
Yeah, I love it. That's my favorite song. And actually, they other than Destiny's Child, they are my favorite group. But I love Destiny's Child too.
I love Destiny's Child too, but I think In Vogue is my favorite. What's it
Oh yeah,
gonna be?
I like In Vogue, but that's more my In Vogue can sing, but when In Vogue came out, I was literally like 4 or 5 years old. And so
Damn.
my
When
mother,
Vogue came in, I was in ninth grade, child.
I was 5
I was ninth grade when they came out. We not.
yes.
What's it gonna be?
So like, and when SWV came out, I was in the 4th grade. My mother bought me their cassette tape. And so I would play it over. You know how we like to write down the lyrics? I would stop the tape to catch the lyrics and
Yes, remember you used to stop and you used to write it on there. Anything that you want me to do. Chop, chop, anything.
yeah.
Okay, stop. That's how I learned. That's how I learned. NWA songs, child, girl. My mom came and was like,
Jeopardy.
"What are you listening to?" I was like,
Yeah. I want to read Jeopardy's comment. She said, I didn't understand the relevance of the clothing comment by Tiny. It's about the music. And to be honest, Escape always looked like uncomfortable to me in their sexy outfits.
yeah.
Like, can y'all breathe? Yeah, I don't like Escape style, to be completely honest. It just is it's too tight. They
Mommy,
to me, they're trying to copy Beyonce's look at times.
And Beyonce be wearing couture. Beyonce stuff be like Dolce and Gabbana and all that stuff. Their stuff, you can tell their stuff is that they get their stuff from the hair store.
Right.
They get their stuff from Fashion Nova, the hair store.
Just the T was writing them lyrics too. I love that you can see emojis now with StreamYard. Kennard, my daughter done got the butter out there refrigerator. Can you get that butter?
Not the butter.
She likes to, because the butter, I can't even remember, whatever brand we buy has cookies on the outside. And
so she think it's cookies. Oh, sweet thing.
But yes, any final thoughts? Because I made it to an hour. You know, I only do an hour.
There you go. Okay, so my final thoughts is that I did like the show. Do we need another season? I think that it wrapped up where it needs to be wrapped up. I don't, because all of this is going to be this family drama and projection onto Candy, and you know what? At this point, Candy filmed that, and then she went right there to Housewives. So I'm sure Candy gonna be beefing with everybody at this point because those all that negative vibes. What's going on with that show? But honestly, it was a good show. It was a good watch. Um, I really do like SWV. I like Escape, but I don't like the Escape ladies. But I will support Tamika Scott. I order her spices. So just to give her the support that she needs,
Yeah.
and just give her support because you know what, it's her time to shine. And Latasha, I just think that you know she's a storyteller. She's not truthful. Her husband, I really do believe that they do so many things that's conniving allegedly that they in on a lot of stuff. I don't think she's oblivious to the backhanded stuff, you know, skimming on top. I really believe that she's fully aware. She have it in her. She got that vibe. And then she wants to play dumb because she'll think her husband is going to protect her. But
Right.
thanks for having me. And the Dalai Lama really need to be stripped of his leadership roles. Um,
Hmm.
sorry, nope, don't get no other chance now. Mm-mm.
I agree. I 100%. I can't even talk. Agree with everything that you said. um, Thank you for joining. You need to
You're
come again.
welcome.
Try
Yeah. Well,
to do
thank
this
you. I'm gonna drop
again.
down while you say your goodbyes and good nights.
All right.
All right.
Bye, popcorn.
All right,
But
bye.
thank you everybody for just subscribe again. I am Candace of the Candy Shop. This was Mimosa Monday. Be sure to share this live as well. I will see you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody. But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop.